Welcome back to AEW Change the World, and with All Out announced for Labor Day weekend, a press conference was held for the spiritual successor to All In. Alex Marvez and Conrad Thompson introduced the rally, talking about the already confirmed AEW Men's World Championship match that would take place at All Out. The only two male singles competitors with perfect 2-0 records in the company, Kenny Omega and Pac, had been confirmed to go one-on-one at the TNT special event. While they would face off at the end of the rally, Brandi Rhodes had a championship announcement of her own. Brandi informed those in attendance that while the AEW Women's Championship was coming, it wouldn't be defended at All Out. Instead, 2 4-way matches will be contested. The winner of each advances to the first AEW Women's World Championship match. Brandi said that the women needed their own spotlight, and for that reason, the title match would take place on the very first episode of Tuesday Night Dynamite. Brandi Rhodes confirmed that competitors like Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose and Yuka Sakazaki would return to take part in one of the matches, but added that the second would take place between 4 newcomers. While one of them had appeared at Change the World, Sadie Gibbs will be joined by 3 women making their AEW debuts at All Out. Brandi welcomed Santana Garrett to AEW, and as the championship hopeful spoke, she was interrupted by another member of the match, Priscilla Kelly. The controversial Kelly said that if AEW really was for everybody, then she hoped they were ready for what she would bring to the table. As Kelly made her intentions clear, Brandi Rhodes confirmed the 4th member of the match, Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling's Miyu Yamashita. With that huge announcement made, the Young Bucks were next to take the stage at the rally, talking about the tag team division. With 2 of the titles already being announced, they'd received a lot of questions about potential tag team titles. Nick and Matt said that they wanted to build the best tag team division in the world, but they were still working on that. All Out was going to be the chance to showcase the teams of All Elite Wrestling, and on that note, the Young Bucks were proud to announce they would be facing OWE's Shima and T-Hawk. As well as that match, there would be a 3-way tag team contest featuring the Lucha Bros, Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and the Best Friends. As the Young Bucks continued to talk, they were cut off by Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc. They announced themselves as a tag team in AEW, putting themselves forward for a match at All Out. While the Young Bucks didn't have an immediate answer for them, another newly formed team provided a potential solution. Making their way to the stage, Sonny Kiss and Sammy Guevara said that they were looking to join the tag team division and would be more than happy to face Allin and Havoc. Given the matchmaking power held by Nick and Matt, the contest was made, confirmed to take place at All Out. Another match was soon confirmed for All Out, with Hangman Page talking about his 2 defeats in his first 2 matches in All Elite Wrestling. As Hangman spoke about learning a lot from those 2 matches, he was cut off by his opponent, Christopher Daniels, who was joined by his SCU teammates. Daniels told Hangman that he may have learned a lot, but he still had a hell of a lot left to learn. CD said there was nobody better in AEW to learn from than the ring general himself. Daniels pointed out that as well as Pac, Omega and Britt Baker, Sokol and Censored were the only other undefeated talents in AEW. Between their 2 matches at All Out, Kazarian was sure they'd keep that run going. That wasn't all that was seen of the Elite during the night, with Marty Scurll's issues with MJF continuing during the Chicago rally. The villain made it clear that he wanted to face Cody's arrogant protege at All Out, but MJF made things typically difficult. He told Scurll that he'd only face him if Marty agreed to put his place in the Elite on the line. A few personal digs appeared to push Marty over the edge, which resulted in Cody being forced to come out and come between them. Cody said that he didn't want any more trouble between his friends, instead calling them to shake hands and sort their differences out at All Out. Neither man was willing to extend that olive branch, but Marty Scurll agreed to MJF's challenge, accepting that in the minuscule chance that he lost, he would leave the Elite. By now, somebody who'd been waiting in the back for his big moment had seen enough. Chris Jericho came out, saying that he spoke for everybody when he said he'd heard enough from the Elite for one night. Chris Jericho said that he is the reason that everybody has come out to Chicago, and he's the reason that AEW is coming to TNT. Chris Jericho said that nobody cared about MJF or Marty Scurll, and continued to run down the entire roster. Despite playing Peacemaker just moments earlier, Cody had reached his breaking point. Standing up to Chris Jericho, Cody defended the roster and defended AEW. He told Chris Jericho that he had been nothing but a difficult and egotistical prima donna since the moment he signed with AEW, and the boys were sick of it. Fired up, Cody got in Chris Jericho's face, telling him that he was everything they were trying to change in the pro wrestling business. He promised to show Chris just how serious they were at All Out. Enjoying the antagonistic role, Chris Jericho shoved Cody, resulting in a physical altercation between the two. MJF and Marty Scurll were joined by a number of security guards who pulled the pair apart. Cody, who'd been a picture of calmness since the formation of AEW, had finally been pushed over the edge. He was ready to present his vision of All Elite Wrestling at All Out, and he was going to do it against Chris Jericho. Conrad Thompson and Alex Marvez then attempted to create a semblance of order ahead of the final face-off between the two competitors in the AEW Men's World Championship match at All Out. Kenny Omega and Pac both made their way to the stage, the tension clear between the two of them. They'd both won both their matches in AEW and were ready to face off at All Out. During the face-to-face, Kenny Omega admitted that there was somebody who he wished to be there at All Out to share his moment, but instead he'd have to go it alone. Pac zoned in on this, saying AEW had been built around the members of the Elite and everything was put in place for them to succeed. Pac said that he'd come into AEW alone, and at the end of All Out, he would stand alone as the first ever AEW World Men's Champion. Kenny Omega then staked his own claim, saying that unlike Pac, he was used to the pressure of being the top guy in the top matches. He suggested that as the reason why Pac has a chip on his shoulder. The two contenders then went nose-to-nose to end the show, as final plugs were made for AEW All Out, live on TNT.